Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan. This episode is brought to you by Y Realty. That's the brokerage I just opened. Check us out. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it. Now, let's talk about the fastest way to get business. If you were like, Tristan, I need business right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, look, listen, I've been there. I know exactly what to do and where to go and get it. Now, does it take hard work? You better believe it. And it also takes persistence and a lot of follow through. But I believe, actually, I know for a fact, because we still do it, that you can get business from these places very fast. Now, I would focus in on it and say, do a lot of it. If you've only got like 2 weeks, you're like, Tristan, I've got to make something happen, or I just need more business. Where do I go to find more business? Here's the philosophy of this, and I'll give it all to you. I think where can we find the consumer that needs to sell right now? And where can we find the consumer that needs to buy right now? And so if you think about it, these people have their hand raised already. Is it a little tougher? Is it more of you having to pick up the phone and go and get it? Yes. Is it a little bit more old school? Yes. And some of this is new, some of this is old, but I still know that people that have their home up for sale as a for sale by owner are looking to sell. And I know that over 50% of them end up using a real estate agent. So if you make a plan to reach out to all the for sale by owners in your area, if there are any, right? If you're in a market that has them, then create a plan and say, hey, look, I have a specific for sale by owner strategy to sell your home. And it's specific to for sale by owners. Listen, I strategize daily with for sale by owners, and I can help them sell their home. Here's what I do. And I mean, commission is negotiable. So, and if you need business today, like yesterday, then sometimes, in some cases, if you've got a certain amount that you'd like to make, maybe you need to make a little bit less to get your foot in the door and continue going and getting that momentum. Right? So think about that. For sale by owners, for sure. Number 2, expired. These properties have been on the market. They wanted to sell. They couldn't because of one thing or another. Usually they price the home higher. In some cases, not very many, it's the marketing, but most of the time it is the price. That's number 2. And number 3, here where we've gotten a lot of business are leases. A lot of people ended up purchasing a home during the pandemic. They became landlords and they're like, man, I hate being a landlord. I hate this. This is terrible. A lot of these people want to get rid of them. They have them out there for lease. You go and find them, call them and say, hey, I noticed that your home is for lease. Hey, Mr. Landlord, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about selling your home? I'll be like, no, we haven't. We have this in a long. Great. Do you have any other ones that may be causing you a problem that you may want to sell? No, I don't. Or maybe yes. And that's how I've gotten a few people to say yes, but maybe yes. Or let's say they say no. Saying, great, Mr. Silo, thank you so much. And last question for you. Are you looking to purchase any other home right now if it would make sense for your portfolio? So it's 3 questions on the for lease or for rent. This is why we do so well with them. This is what I would tackle, those 3 on the seller side. On the buyer side, open houses, again, depending on the rules in your state, they still work. They do absolutely amazing. But depending on your rules, you may have to have them sign something or not. But in essence, I think most of us do. But the point is, buyers are going through properties and they want to see them. They want to take a look at them. They don't want any pressure. So offer them value. For me, it's giving them, hey, here are how the rules work. It's one of the documents I made with gamma.app. But here are the new rules of the real estate world. Go ahead and take it, read it, and then I go into whatever questions I ask, right? So what you need to do is approach the things that you're doing through value. If you're calling for sale by owners, say, hey, I specialize in for sale by owners. If you do, right? If you've been calling enough of them and you do work them, say, I've got this great 7-point plan. Let me send it over to you. Or you know what I find with most for sale by owners? The reason they don't sell themselves is because of this. I've got 10 points for you. Here they are. The point is you need to focus in on the things that are going to get you business now. And you have to start focusing and stop making excuses. Go back to, I think, not yesterday's podcast, the one before, when I go over what Abraham Lincoln was saying back in 1859. He's pretty much saying, hey, look, if you're not making it, it's your fault. Unless something weird happened, right? It's your fault. But don't worry, you can shake it off and get to that next stage. Hosting open house. And then the next one, this I know for a fact works because we see it work weekly. And that's social media. But you're like, Tristan, that doesn't work. You don't actually get leads from this. I'm like, yeah, we actually do. We get buyers specifically because we do so many home tours and we edit them on CapCut. They flow so nicely and we get leads. In fact, go look at my TikTok. Well, we get them through TikTok. Some of you get them through Instagram. I know some of my agents do better on Instagram, but we do really well on TikTok. Take a look at Malibu Moods. We've already gotten 3 from there, and it's a new account. Home tours work. And no, I'm not saying do 1 home tour a week. I'm saying if this is it and your back is to the wall and you're like, Tristan, I need now, then why aren't you doing 1, 2, 3 home tours a day? I think that is the point I need to make to you today. Like, you can do all of this, but if you're half-assing it and you're only showing up a little bit and you're not going all in and you're saying, hey, look, Tristan, I worked an hour today. My back's to the wall, but that's all I could do. Then nothing's going to happen. I'm sorry. You need to show up way more than that. And you need to focus in on the things that are going to be working for you. And I don't know what those are because I don't know your strengths. So I would say, look through these, say which one is going to work, which one feels like this is natural, this is good. Like if you're asking me, for sure, the tours, and for sure for me, the for rent by owner. Those would work extremely well for me. And they do. I'd get sellers and I'd get buyers. But for you, I don't know. And so I want you to really have your head in the right place. And if you need a pep talk, message me. If you need more clarity, if you need advice, I'm here for you. I don't charge. Just message me on Instagram. Been doing this for free for 10 years. We'll talk again.